Unlike the popular myth, common cold can happen anytime through the year. Especially in kid, it can happen 6 to 8 times a year, and the triggers can be absolutely anything. Change of season, your kid can get a cold. Back to school, your kid can get a cold. So I'm going to take some time today and explain you what is this common cold. First of all, common cold cannot be cured. Let's just be clear on that. In fact, as a brand, we say that cold is a good thing because cold is the way for your kids' immunity system to understand what viruses to deal with and how. So, the more number of viruses your kid is subjected to, the more times your kid has cold in this early age of 2 to 6 years and beyond, the better the immune system gets at recognizing. So, let me take you through the different stages of common cold now. The moment you start feeling a bit of a scratchy throat or itchy throat, or your kid starts complaining about uneasiness, there'll be some early stages of cough. That's really the first stage of cough, which is the early cough stage, right? And in this early stage, the most common symptoms that you will see your kids and even yourself sometimes experiencing are sore throat, sore itchy throat, fatigue or weakness, and in some cases, mild fever too. And it is absolutely okay, right? I mean, these are those moments when you will see your kid being a little less active than he or she usually is. And this is really that first stage of cold that your kid is experiencing. This stage is a contagious stage. And what happens with most of us and our kids is really at this stage, especially after your kid turns two, you will most likely not do much about it. You will let the kid sail through. But it's not a bad idea to do some recovery practices at this stage of the cold. And those recovery practices mainly include giving lozenges to your kid, giving supplements to your kid, giving hot fluids to your kid, keeping the kid hydrated. And guess what? Wellopia has products all along this life cycle, right? But it is absolutely important to start taking care of your kid at this stage itself because it can possibly arrest the cold from escalating into a full blown stage 2, active or peak stage. This is where the virus has now taken over your kid's body, right? And what your kid will start experiencing at this stage is wet cough, high fever, the dry throat, dry cough, itchy throat will continue, weakness will increase further. And this stage, like the stage 1, is also highly contagious. So your kid needs a plentiful of sleep during stage 2. And if your kid has a hard time finding sleep, we have a cough syrup which we have made for daytime and nighttime. The nighttime cough syrup's job is exactly to do this, right? To make sure that your kid is relaxed and the kid is able to sleep peacefully, right? But stage 2 really lasts for 4 to 7 days. Then comes the stage 3, which is when the cold starts wearing off, which is when your body has decided to throw all of these viruses out of the body. And really, whenever you have fever, whenever you have cough, whenever you're sneezing, what your immune system is really doing is your immune system is pushing those viruses out of the body. My strong recommendation and my strong understanding on this topic is cough should not be suppressed. And that's our problem with most of the syrups or commercially available allopathic syrups available in the market. A lot of them suppress the cough, and suppressing the cough is not a good thing. You need to allow your immune system to throw those viruses out of the body. Or this is what we call the end state, right? Or the ending state, right? This is where your kid will have some amount of cough. Mostly this will be dry cough. Your kid will have runny nose, and your kid might have still some amount of fever and weakness. And it is at this stage that if you see the temperature persisting, you really want to go to your doctor, right? But typically this is how a cough cycle or a cold cycle will persist. And once again, The reason we have built Wellopia is to exactly tackle these challenges that your kid goes through during this time, right? So for early stage sore throat, itchy throat, dry cough, we have our pops, which are nothing but lozenges on a stick, right? The point of pops is our pops contain honey and glycerine along with the herbs, ginger, tulsi, amla. The point of this pops is it gives a long lasting comfort to your kid. Your kid is sucking on a pop. What that is doing is the honey and glycerine along with the herbs is mixing with the saliva, going to your kid's throat, forming a lining in your kid's upper respiratory tract, and that gives comfort to the kid during that time. The herbs then go and do their magic, right? So Tulsi, ginger, amla are antimicrobial, are anti-inflammatory, and they serve as supporting companions to your immune system. Similarly, we have sprays, or what we call oral sprays. Sprays are nothing but your home remedy of honey, tulsi, ginger, amla put into a compact spray format. The reason we have chosen spray and pops as a format is because these are highly targeted formats. What that means is these formats won't go and destroy your gut bacteria, unlike a lot of allopathic syrups and medicines would do. These formats will have a targeted action where your kid needs it the most. And these are formats which are of course easy and joyful to give to your kid, and that's really important to us at Wellopia. We want to make formats that are easy and joyful for kids. Then we have our cough syrups that we have recently launched. These are the cleanest cough syrups that you can find in India today. What I mean by cleanest is when you look at all the other cough syrups, and this is not just allopathic syrups, I'm also talking about herbal syrups, most of them contain excipients. What are excipients? Excipients are ingredients that you add to a cough syrup or a medicine in order for your active, or the main ingredient which delivers the therapeutic effect in the body. These ingredients enable the active ingredient to go through your body and create the therapeutic effect. But the unfortunate part is most of these excipients that cough syrup contains are full of sugar, artificial flavors, artificial colors, sodium benzoate, methyl parabens, and the list is endless. And the problem that I have, or we have, with these ingredients today is these ingredients are proven to not be good for the kid for the longer term, even for adults for that matter. I mean, think about it this way: we don't use parabens in our shampoos anymore. Why do we allow them in our cough syrup? The reason this clean care is important once again is because these excipients that commercial cough syrups today carry are known to lead to ADHD, anxiety issues in kids over the longer term, right? We don't want hyperactive kids. We want kids that are stable, that are balanced, and really that's the point of the cough syrups that we have made. And the interesting part is what we observed when we were talking to mothers is some of the cough syrups make the kid drowsy. Some of the cough syrups keep the kid healthy. So keeping that in mind, we came out with two variants here: a daytime variant and a nighttime variant. And cough syrups are really meant for wet cough. While your oral sprays will help your kid power and lozenges will help your kid through sore throat and dry cough, when wet cough happens, cough syrups come in handy. And cough syrups, when you want to give them in the day, we have our daytime variant. That's because we want the kid to be active in the day. While our nighttime variant has chamomile as an added ingredient, and chamomile really relaxes the kid and will allow the kid to have a healthy sleep at night, which is absolutely necessary during this time. And then we have nasal wipes. What are nasal wipes? These are saline nasal wipes. What we have done is essentially during this entire cold cycle, runny nose will be a constant with your kid. And what a lot of us do, and that's actually a great solution today available to us, is a saline nasal spray. But guess what? As an adult, I hate putting anything in my nose. And I'm pretty sure my kid, and I've tried it multiple times, and I'm kind of sure your kid as well, does not enjoy putting spray in their nose. So what we did was we took a wet wipe, so it becomes an easy way for you to clean your kid's nose and to give him comfort or her comfort. And thus we have our nasal wipes for that time. Along with this, we have some immunity products as well that we believe, when given as a preventive supplement, can really decrease the number of colds and coughs that your kids experience through the year, because it allows your immune system to get stronger faster. So that is all about cold and the common cold cycle. Lot of myths attached to it. ठंडा पानी पीने से कोल्ड नहीं होता है, गर्मी में भी कोल्ड हो सकता है. एंड अनलाइक द मोस्ट popular myth, especially in our country, you do not need to take your kid to a doctor if your kid is suffering from common cold, because a good doctor is only going to tell you what I am telling you today. Just give your kid plenty of sleep. Just make sure your kid stays hydrated. Just make sure your kid gets the home remedy for the comfort that is needed. And if you don't want to do all of that, just go to wellopia.in and buy our products. Thank you.